right, more of my exclusive interview with Roseanne Barr. Do you think there are other people inside you with multiple personalities that actually speak and you don't even recognize it?
No, not anymore. I'm fully
How long
integrated.
Is that? You're fully integrated?
I fully integrated, and I was fully integrated at Stanford University about 12 years ago.
Was it a medicine that transformed your life?
No, it's therapy.
Therapy?
Like 20 years of it.
Look, you've had a lot of controversy.
I've done the work, though. I just have to pat myself on the back there. I wanted to get better. And this all happened to me when I was pregnant with my son. He's 23, graduating from college, very proud. But when I was pregnant with him, first I got pregnant. First they implanted 6 eggs, and 4 of them took. And I was like, oh, my God. I was at Planet Hollywood, and I told Bruce Willis, oh, my God, I'm having quadruplets.
Right.
Beat that for a headline. And I was so excited, but then I started to lose them, you know, and they put me in this thing where I absorbed them, my body absorbed, and there was only 1 egg left there, and it was kind of hanging, it didn't know whether to come or go. So they did me on this biofeedback deal where I'd say, I want you to stay into this machine. It was, and it...
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked, but the deep spiritual thing of that, it started to heal all the parts of me that were crazy and out of control.
I noticed
because I learned to focus and I learned to meditate, and that helped me a lot with therapy.
You were very
and medication.
And medication, and you said, and you really embraced your Jewish faith. And I had a great
shrink. Well, I've always been very religious since I was a little girl. Like, did I say this? That I grew up in a apartment building full of Holocaust survivors, and every Friday they would come over to my grandma's apartment. My grandparents owned an apartment building. They brought 50 or so survivors from the camps, and that's where I grew up. And every Friday they'd all come to
You had family that was in Auschwitz, and they had tattoos.
Yeah, they all had tattoos. And they would say terrible things to me when I was only 3, and they would tell me the things, and I mean, it was too much for my mind to handle. And then they would make me watch the Eichmann trial too, and I was only 3. They go, she needs to know it was little girls like her that they did this.
Was it on TV?
Yeah, the Eichmann trial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that split me emotionally, deeply. It was a horror to me, and it still is a horror to me.
A lot of evil in the world.
Yeah, but there's so much love. That's what I was going to tell you, Sean, but you're going through all this trash.
I didn't even get to anything.
Let me tell you what. Oh, go ahead. But
no,
I'm going to tell you.
I want you to tell your story.
Sean. You've been a good friend.
I want you to tell your story.
I'm going to tell my story
like this.
When I go outside now, I was so scared to go outside because I'm like, everyone thinks I'm a racist. You know, and I live on an island where it's all brown people. I'm like, oh, hell, you know. My daughter says every day people come in and they're like, we know who your mom is, and all these things like that. And I would go out on the street and people just rush up to me to tell me they love me and they don't think, you know, what happened was balanced to the other people that do worse things and say really mean things that aren't political but are just mean. And I'll tell you, it blew my mind because I'm like, man, I've never felt this kind of love from people. It has been overwhelming. It's just, I just thank them. I tell them, you know, if it wasn't for my fans, I probably wouldn't even be walking around. It was just devastating. To be misunderstood is the worst thing. And I want to sing that song. Oh, Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I want to sing that because now I have a band. I've always wanted to sing.
I saw you sing the national anthem.
Shut up. That wasn't good.
That was not good.
Did you see my follow-up, though? I bet you didn't because you're in the news. Oh. But I did a follow-up,
Beat the host
Sean.
up.
I followed up that.
You grabbed your crotch and spit.
Well, that's what the stupid pitcher told me to do.
Oh,
and they all are deserted like rats off a ship. But I was trying to make him laugh. He said, that'd be so funny. I go, okay, I'll do it.
Right.
So I did it, and it wasn't funny. And I learned a lesson. never take comedy advice from a picture.
Okay. You really, it's important to you, and I remember when I first
I want
talked to
people
you,
to like me. I don't want them to hate me. I like them.
you wanted people, this is what you said to me. You said, this is not me. This is what you said, the exact words you said.
It's not me, not the picture
Then
they
you said to me,
painted.
you said, I want people to know who I really am. That's what you said to me.
I know.
So here's, you know, there's going to be a lot of people watching because you're here tonight. Tell those people who you are.
Well, I'm a creative genius, and this is not a good feeling for an artist to be treated this way. And it's not a good feeling for a citizen either. And here's who I am. I'm somebody who cares about civil rights. I reject what you call me. You call me racist, I don't accept it. I know who I am, and I'm not a racist, and the people who voted for Trump, they're not racist either, and Trump isn't a racist, sorry, but, you know, we just have a different opinion. We all want the same thing, though. We want people in the inner cities that are living in feces, and I'm talking about my son goes to school in San Francisco, I go up there. I don't just blab and run my mouth. I live my beliefs. I want people to know that. I live my beliefs. I try, and of course I fail, but I try. And I get back up and try again.
I don't want to interrupt you every second because I want you to speak in your own words, but yeah, listen, PC is sickening.
It is. It's not American. I started.
You said I live around brown people. Like, for example, would you not say, why not say African American people? Or
I live around African American people too.
Yeah.
I live in a real neighborhood. I don't live behind gates with bodyguards. I live in a real neighborhood of working people. I chose to do that.
You know, I was going to ask you about all these other past controversies, but you know what?
I've made a lot of mistakes. I live my life out loud. You know, I do it. When things are going too far right, I'm going to go a little left. And when things are going too far left, I'm going to go a little right. Because I like balance in the middle. I like middle America. I like the middle way. I like the middle class. I like the middle opinion that balances two extremes. Most people in America, I think like that.
You know, it's funny because a lot of people, I think a lot of people misunderstand what motivates me. And what motivates me in this 2016 presidential election, for me, was about what we call the forgotten men and the forgotten women. You know, a lot of people don't know, and I've still, some people that watch the show regularly know, I was a paper boy at 8, dishwasher at 12, cook, busboy, waiter, bartender. I painted houses, I hung wallpaper, laid tile, framed, fell off a roof 3 stories doing roofing. That was decades of my life. And I never thought I'd be in this position. I'm very thankful for it every day. But those people, we had at the end of 8 years of Obama, 13 million more Americans on food stamps and 8 million more in poverty and the worst recovery since the 40s and a 51-year low home ownership rate. And he doubled the national debt and accumulated more debt than every other president before him combined. So it's not politics because Republicans are weak. They are pathetically feckless, weak, and spineless.
Well, I don't know.
A lot of them.
A lot of them are because there's only one party. Come on. They all golf together. They're not like on other sides. They're pocketing public money.
There are a few good people, not a lot.
Look, they're all taking the money. Every side, both sides, every place, they're taking the money.
It's a swamp. Washington, D.C. is a sewer. There's no doubt about it.
But that's our money. That's the people's money.